Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be reviewing the Jurassic World Dino Trackers Hunt and Chomp T-Rex and Track and Attack Indoraptor. So we're just going to check out the Hunt and Chomp T-Rex first. So first off, you can see here on the head, the detail looks pretty nice. The eyes are painted orange, and then around the eye there's like a darker brown. And then there's like around the darker brown, it kind of washes out, and then the brown gets lighter and lighter until it's like a bright yellowish sandy color, kind of golden a bit. Pretty cool. Looks a lot like a desert creature for sure. And then like for the base color of the body, the whole body's just like a brown color. It's like kind of like sandy, you know, very deserty. They did a pretty good job of making it look like a desert creature, you know. On the inside of the mouth, there's like the tongue. The tongue is sculpted out pretty nicely. Then, you know, the skin flaps or whatever on the side of the mouth, sculpted out pretty nicely. The teeth, of course, you know, they are a different set in piece, which is really nice, because then the teeth do not chip when you're, like, you know, having it bite another dinosaur, kind of like where you see on this Allosaurus. The teeth are not a different set in piece, so, oh my gosh, the camera won't focus. But you can see here that on the Allosaurus's teeth, the paint is a bit chipped. So, you know, you look at this T-Rex, you know, when you're kind of being rough with it, I guess, you know, when the teeth don't lose any paint because they're set in pieces. Then you can see, like, on the top of the head, you know, this brighter sandy brown yellow color starts off at the top of the head and then just continues down and then stops here at the tail, leaving the tail bare typically. Like, they do this a lot with some figures. Like, here's an example of the Allosaurus, where the Allosaurus doesn't even have that much paint on the tail. It's like, oh my gosh, Mattel, why do you keep not painting the tail? Like, here's another example with the Extreme Chomping T-Rex. And then another example with the Tyrannosaurus. And then I think I have one more example. Oh, yeah, I do. And then here's the Dominion Rajasaurus. There's no paint on the tail. Like, what the heck, Mattel? Don't be lazy with the tail paint, please. Anyway. There's also some striping across the back of the T-Rex. Pretty cool. There's like a brown paint used for that. The toes are painted brown. Kind of different from like other T-Rexes. The arms have articulation there and there. Although, you know, the claws on the hands are not painted. The legs move together, so they're not really independently moving. So you can just, like that. And then the tail goes up and down, and then side to side. It's on a ball joint there. And then the jaw and the neck are also articulated, but that's part of the action feature. I think the feet also kind of articulate. No, they don't. Also, the feet are a bit different from most T-Rexes, because, you know, you check out, here's a standard T-Rex foot, and then here's this T-Rex's foot. It's a bit different from, you know, typical T-Rex foots, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, the action feature is where you just press the button, and then it just chomps side to side like this. So it has a few different roars. So pretty cool action feature. This one also comes with tracking gear, but I forgot to bring that up here. Here's the scan code if you want to scan, so you can pause the video if you want to scan that. Moving on, we've got the Track and Attack Indoraptor. So this guy has like a pretty cool shiny iridescence to it. Like if you were here in person, it would look kind of green, but then like here on the camera, it looks a bit blue, like mostly black. But, yeah, I like the shiny iridescence they did there. Pretty cool looking, actually. But, starting off here at the head, the detail looks pretty nice. The teeth are also a set-in piece, so the teeth don't have any paint chipping. The inside of the mouth also sculpted pretty nicely. There's jaw articulation and neck articulation, but that's also part of the action feature. There's also arm articulation, that's part of the action feature, which we'll get into in a bit. There's also, the hairy spine thingies on the back of the dinosaur, and then this, armor plating, kind of like a crocodile almost of it. Pretty interesting. This reminds me a lot of another Indoraptor figure, the Grabbing Grout Indoraptor, which I think I lost, or maybe it broke or something, I forget. But, we've got that iconic Indoraptor stripe, starting here at the neck, and then just stopping here at the tail, which in this case, yeah, good job, Mattel. You didn't stop the paint at the tail, because otherwise I'd been like, what the crap, Mattel? Oh my gosh. Anyway, on the tail, actually, I think this piece here, where the scan code is hidden, it's a slightly different color, I don't know. Kind of interesting. And then you can pause the video if you want to scan this. I'm just going to put that up to the camera. If it will focus. Alright, there we go. So you can pause the video if you want to scan that. Moving on. So, for articulation, the legs do move independently. So this leg goes forward and backwards, and the same with this foot. And then they also go in and out like that. The feet kind of do swivel. The bottom of the feet are pretty large. This figure overall is pretty large. It's around the same size as the Control and Conquer Carnotaurus and the what's it called again? I forget. Ruthless Rampage Allosaurus. So it's around that size. Carnotaurus, Allosaurus, Beckel Spinax. I'll bring in the Therizinosaurus because I didn't bring any of the other large, semi-large carnivores. So here's the Therizinosaurus. They're about the same size as you can see here. So it is a pretty big Indoraptor. It's not as tall as the Therizinosaurus because, this guy is really tall. But, yeah. And then, the action feature, where you just press down the button here and it's and the eyes light up, which is pretty cool. There's also some scratches on the head, which is nice. So yeah, and then the camera's blurring, typically. Come on, camera, focus. Focus, camera! Yeah, see, I just need a new camera. Alright, there we go. And then for the action feature, you also pull the arms up. Oh, I got stuck with that. It's pretty cool. You can kind of try and pose it, his arms up and his head's turned and stuff. And then I'm going to bring in a raptor here, because, you can chomp down that grr. And then he can also slash at it with his arms. A lot like the Epic Attack Spinosaurus, which also has arm slashing. That's nice. Bam. And then you can also, do the same with that head. Bam. Alright, so, there's also some tracking gear here, which you can just put that around the neck, on there. So I did remember to bring this trekking gear up here. I'm just gonna try and... Oh my gosh. It's always kind of hard for me to put the tracking gear on these Dino Tracker figures. And there it is, making noise again. It is a bit easier to put the tracking gear on the Sinotyrannus or the Elasmosaurus or Bistahevosaur, which I have reviewed all those figures on the channel before. It is pretty cool that they decided to include tracking gear with these Dino Tracker figures. Pretty cool little gimmick. There's a camera thing around there, kind of like a cyborg Indoraptor actually. you know, like, whoa. And you can see, like, the thing is glowing in there, like, you can see him inside with that. But, yeah, you know, like, subscribe, whatever. I will see you later. Peace!